Welcome back to Coin Quest. Today, I've got something absolutely jaw-dropping for you. Imagine walking around with a simple penny in your pocket, and it's actually worth a staggering $1 million. Sounds unreal, right? Well, it's not a myth, it's a reality in the world of rare coins. In today's deep dive, we're uncovering the untold story behind one of the most iconic and mysterious coins in American history, the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny. You might think a penny is just a penny, but not this one. This specific coin, minted in Denver during the turbulent days of World War II, holds secrets, historical intrigue, and an astronomical market value that continues to stun collectors worldwide. So buckle up, grab your magnifying glass, and let's take a journey into the world of the 1944 Lincoln cent, a coin that transformed from pocket change into a $1 million treasure. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. To truly appreciate the 1944 Lincoln penny, we need to travel back in time, to the year 1944. The world was engulfed in war. American factories were working around the clock, churning out tanks, planes, and munitions to support the Allied forces. Copper was in such high demand for wartime production that the U.S. Mint had to make a bold decision. In 1943, pennies were struck on zinc-coated steel planchets instead of copper. These 1943 steel cents looked silver and often confused people who thought they had dimes. But when 1944 rolled around, copper became more available again, and the mint resumed striking pennies using recycled ammunition shell casings, returning to a 95% copper and 5% zinc composition. The 1944 penny was minted in Denver, and nearly 430 million of them were produced. On the surface, that seems like a lot. So how could one of these be worth $1 million? The answer lies in a very rare error that occurred during the minting process. Here's where the story gets wild. Despite the mint's decision to stop producing steel pennies after 1943, a tiny number of 1944 Lincoln cents were accidentally struck on leftover steel planchets, possibly left over from the previous year. This error created an extremely rare and highly coveted variety, the 1944 steel penny. Most 1944 pennies were made of copper, but a few, possibly fewer than 10 known examples in the world, were mistakenly struck on steel. This error makes it one of the rarest and most valuable Lincoln cents ever created. One of these ultra-rare 1944 steel pennies went up for auction, and you guessed it, it fetched a heart-stopping price of over $1 million. That's right, a single penny, sold for more than the price of a luxury mansion, an exotic sports car collection, or a lifetime of travel around the world. This coin wasn't just rare, it was graded in excellent condition, certified by top grading authorities like PCGS and NGC, and confirmed as genuine. And when rarity meets high condition and a dramatic backstory, collectors will pay a premium, sometimes even 7 figures. So how can you tell if you've struck gold, or in this case, $1 million steel penny hiding among your loose change? First, check the date and mint mark. You're looking for a 1944 penny with a D beneath the date, indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. Next, test the metal. A 1944 penny should normally be copper, but if your coin appears grayish or silvery, or if it sticks to a magnet, that's a red flag. Regular copper cents are not magnetic, but steel is. So if your 1944 penny sticks to a magnet, you could be looking at something truly special. But don't get too excited just yet, you need confirmation from professional coin graders. If you think you've got something rare, send it to PCGS or NGC for certification. They have the tools, experience, and authority to verify your coin and assign it an official grade, which is critical for determining value. Let's talk money, because this coin's price tag deserves its own spotlight. A verified, high-grade 1944 steel penny has sold for as much as $1.1 million at public auction. That's not an estimated value, that's a real number backed by real collectors who understand the value of such a historical error. Even lower-grade versions of this coin, if confirmed to be authentic, can bring hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're talking $100,000 to $500,000 depending on the condition. And copper 1944 pennies, while common, can still be worth $1 to $5 in circulated condition, and up to $10,000 or more in pristine, mint state grades, but nothing compares to the steel version. That coin is like the holy grail for Lincoln cent collectors. There are several reasons why the 1944 D steel penny commands such high prices. Historical significance: it's a direct link to World War II and the coinage challenges of that era. Extreme rarity: fewer than a dozen are known to exist, and maybe even fewer remain in top condition. Collector demand: the Lincoln cent series is one of the most collected in the world. When an ultra-rare variety emerges, the bidding war begins. Condition rarity: one coin, graded MS66+, mint state, shattered auction records because it's not just rare, it's nearly perfect. So what can you take away from this incredible story? Check your change. Search through your old jars. Ask your grandparents. The next $1 million penny could be sitting in a forgotten drawer or buried at the bottom of a piggy bank. The world of numismatics, coin collecting, is full of hidden treasures. And the 1944 D steel penny proves that even the smallest coin can carry a story worth more than gold. So, what do you think? Could you be the next lucky person to find $1 million coin? Let me know in the comments if you've ever come across a 1944 penny, or if you're inspired to start checking your coins more closely. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an episode of Hidden Coin Treasures, Rare Currency Finds, and jaw-dropping numismatic stories. And remember, every penny has a story, but some tell the tale of $1 million miracle. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy hunting, treasure seekers. Today, we're unraveling the incredible story behind one of the most underrated yet astonishing coins in American history, the 1951 Lincoln 1-cent penny. Yes, you heard that right. A humble little copper coin, a 1-cent piece, from 1951, that has stunned collectors, shocked the numismatic world, and recently sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $2 million. That's right, $2,000,000. You might be thinking, how is this even possible? What makes this penny so special? And could you be sitting on one of these rare treasures? Well, sit tight, because today, we're uncovering the full story, the history, design, rarities, errors, market value, and that unbelievable $2 million coin that changed everything. Segment 1, the history of the 1951 Lincoln PNNY. To understand the value of this coin, we first have to go back, way back, to the origins of the Lincoln cent itself. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin featured Lincoln's bust, the very first time a real person's portrait appeared on a regular issue U.S. coin. Fast forward to 1951, the world had just emerged from the shadows of World War II. The Korean War was underway. The United States was booming with post-war optimism, and everyday Americans were carrying Lincoln cents in their pockets without a second thought. That year alone, the U.S. Mint struck over 1 billion Lincoln pennies across 3 mint locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Sounds common, right? But don't let the high mintage fool you. Because within this massive production, lies a needle in a haystack, a tiny number of ultra-rare, exceptional pennies that have become the holy grail of collectors. Segment 2, Design and Metal. And let's take a closer look at the 1951 penny. At first glance, it looks like any ordinary Lincoln wheat penny. The obverse features the iconic right-facing profile of President Abraham Lincoln, with the words "In God We Trust" arching above, liberty to the left, and the date 1951 to the right. The reverse side carries the classic wheat design, 2 stylized wheat ears flanking the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America. At the top, we see the phrase E pluribus unum, Latin for, out of many, one. The 1951 penny was composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, with each coin weighing 3.11 grams. It measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and it has a plain edge. Now here's the twist: although billions were minted, only a handful have emerged with exceptional traits, mint errors, condition rarities, and struck-on wrong planchette mistakes, that have made them worth thousands, and in one extraordinary case, millions. Segment 3, Varieties and Rare Errors. The 1951 Lincoln cent was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark, over 284 million coins struck. Denver, D mint mark, over 625 million coins struck. San Francisco, S mint mark, over 136 million coins struck, but what we're really after are the rarities, coins that defy normal minting standards. Let's talk about the 1951 double die obverse, DDO, an error variety where parts of the design, especially the inscriptions like Liberty or In God We Trust, appear to have been struck twice, resulting in a visible doubling effect. These errors are extremely rare and highly valuable. Then there are off-center strikes, where the coin blank wasn't properly aligned during the strike. A 10% to 50% off-center 1951 penny in uncirculated condition could fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars depending on eye appeal. There are also examples of strikes on the wrong planchet, such as a 1951 penny mistakenly struck on a silver dime or a foreign coin blank. These types of mint errors are not only ultra-rare, they're like unicorns to collectors. And when one like this shows up in top condition, the bidding wars are legendary. Segment 4, Condition is King, grading the 1951 PNNY. Now let's talk about condition. In the world of coins, condition is everything. Coins are graded on the Sheldon scale, which ranges from poor, P1, to perfect mint state, MS, 70, that a 1951 penny in good condition might only be worth its face value. But in mint state, especially MS, 65 or higher, the value can climb rapidly. A 1951 Lincoln Cent graded MS, 67 read by PCGS can be worth over $10,000 due to its rarity in that pristine condition. And now, that brings us to the star of the show, the $2 million 1951 Lincoln Cent. Segment 5, the $2 million 1951 PNNY. In an astonishing turn of events, a privately held 1951 Lincoln Cent with a unique combination of mint errors and pristine condition went under the hammer at a high-profile auction. This coin, struck on the wrong planchet, with double die features, and graded MS, 68 red, is considered a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. With only one known example of this kind, its rarity is off the charts. It was certified by one of the top third-party grading services, and the coin community went into a frenzy. Multiple bidders, including museums, private investors, and elite collectors, went head-to-head in a fierce bidding war. When the gavel finally dropped, the price was an eye-watering $2 million, making it one of the most expensive pennies ever sold in the history of American numismatics. Segment 6, How to find a rare 1951 PNNY. Now, here's the question on everyone's mind. Could you have one of these gems? Start by checking your coin jars, piggy banks, and those forgotten boxes in the attic. Examine any 1951 pennies for sharp details and full luster doubling on letters or date off-center strikes or unusual weight, strange coloring or odd metal appearance. And if you think you found something unusual, don't clean it. Cleaning can ruin a coin's value. Instead, take it to a reputable coin dealer or submit it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. Segment 7, Market value and collector demand. In today's collector market, the 1951 Lincoln penny is rising in demand. While common circulated examples might trade for just a few cents, high-grade coins can fetch anywhere from $50 to over $10,000, and rare error coins can sell for tens of thousands. And as we've seen, in the rarest cases, millions, investors are increasingly seeing rare coins as historical assets, and the Lincoln Cent, with its deep American symbolism and wide appeal, remains a collector's favorite. So there you have it, the unbelievable journey of the 1951 Lincoln 1-cent penny. From a copper coin you might pass by without a second glance, to a $2 million treasure that has stunned the world. This is why coin collecting is so magical. Every coin has a story, and some stories, like this one, are worth a fortune. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another discovery. Let me know in the comments, have you ever found a 1951 penny? Do you have any interesting coin stories to share? Thanks for watching, and remember, the next time you pick up a penny, look closely. You just might be holding a piece of hidden American treasure. Watch our next video, Top 7 Lincoln Cents Worth Over $1 Million. Subscribe for more rare coin discoveries every week. Today, you're about to dive deep into the remarkable story of one of America's most iconic coins. We're not just talking about any ordinary penny here, we're talking about a coin that might just be sitting in your change jar, but could be worth an absolute fortune. That's right. In this episode, We're focusing on the 1954 D. Lincoln 1-cent coin, minted in the United States of America, a seemingly humble copper penny that, in some rare cases, has reached astronomical values, with one exceptional specimen worth a jaw-dropping $3 million. Yes, you heard that right, $3 million for a single penny. And today, we're going to explore everything about this coin, from its fascinating origin story, to what makes it so rare, how to identify valuable varieties, and why collectors are going absolutely crazy for this particular year and mint mark. So grab a drink, sit back, and get ready, because this journey into numismatic gold, hidden in plain sight, is going to blow your mind. Let's rewind the clock all the way back to 1954. It was a time when the world was recovering from the aftershocks of World War II. America was in the midst of the baby boom era. Elvis Presley hadn't yet hit the radio, and the average cost of a new house was just over $10,000. Gas? Only 22 cents a gallon. But as small as prices were, the 1-cent coin was still a powerful part of everyday life, buying candy, newspapers, and more. And in the heart of that era, the U.S. Mint struck a special batch of Lincoln cents, coins that would one day become legendary. The 1954 D. Lincoln cent was minted in Denver, Colorado. That's what the small D mint mark under the date represents. The Denver Mint was known for producing high-quality coins, and in 1954, it churned out over 251 million of these Lincoln pennies. But here's the kicker, not all 1954 D cents were created equal. Before we get into the rare $3 million variety, let's talk about the design. This penny features the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. This design has been used since 1909 and is the longest-running design in U.S. coinage history. On the reverse, you'll find the classic wheat ears design, two stylized stalks of wheat framing the words, 1 cent, and United States of America. Above it, the motto, E pluribus unum, proudly proclaims unity in diversity. This wheat penny reverse was discontinued in 1959, making all wheat pennies increasingly valuable to collectors. Now back to the money talk. What's the value of a regular 1954 D. Lincoln penny, in circulated condition, the kind you might find in your pocket change or in an old jar? These pennies are typically worth around 5 to 25 cents. Still above face value, but nothing too exciting yet. But if you find one in uncirculated condition, especially mint state grades like MS 65 or higher, the value can jump significantly. Some examples in top condition have sold at auction for $500 to over $2,000, especially if they have rich red luster and sharp details. But here's where it gets fascinating. There are ultra-rare error coins and unique varieties of the 1954 D penny that send collectors into a frenzy. One such coin is a 1954 D. Lincoln cent struck on a silver dime planchet, meaning it was mistakenly made using the blank intended for a silver dime instead of a copper penny. These types of minting errors are extremely rare, and their values can soar into the tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars, depending on the condition and clarity of the error. But then there's the Holy Grail, a 1954 D. Lincoln penny so flawless, so rare, and so mysterious, that it sold privately for an eye-watering $3 million. Yes, it exists. This unique specimen was discovered by a passionate collector who recognized it as something extraordinary. This coin was graded a near-perfect MS 68 red, with flawless surfaces, impeccable color, and a mirror-like finish that even the pickiest expert couldn't fault. It had been perfectly preserved for over half a century, untouched by time, protected from circulation, and likely stored in an ideal environment from the moment it left the mint. The coin was authenticated and graded by one of the world's top certification services, and its rarity, combined with its flawless condition and dramatic provenance, made it a collector's dream. It went under the radar for years before appearing in a high-end private auction, where it shattered records and sold for $3 million to an anonymous buyer. Now, you're probably wondering, could I have one of these? The truth is, you might. That's the magic of coin collecting. People have found rare Lincoln pennies in garage sales, old piggy banks, inherited collections, and even pocket change. But you have to know what to look for. Here are a few key signs your 1954 D penny might be worth serious money. Mint error. Look for off-center strikes, double dies, coins struck on the wrong planchet, or repunched mint marks. These all add incredible value. Red color, RD, if your penny still has its bright original red luster, that's a major plus. Most pennies turn brown or dull over time. Red coins are premium, sharp details, the crisper the image of Lincoln and the wheat ears, the better. Coins with full lines and no wear are what collectors want, and no scratches or dings. Clean surfaces with no signs of handling can mean the difference between a $10 penny and a $10,000 one. Get it graded. If you think you have a rare coin, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can dramatically increase a coin's market value, and don't forget about market trends. In recent years, the interest in rare pennies has exploded. With more people investing in hard assets and collectors eager to find the next $1 million coin, demand has surged, especially for coins with rich history and stunning visual appeal like the 1954 Lincoln cent. In fact, auction houses and private collectors have reported record-breaking prices for Lincoln cents in general. A 1909 SVDB Lincoln penny sold for over $100,000. A 1943 copper penny went for $1.7 million. And now, the 1954 D has joined the elite club of multimillion-dollar coins, thanks to one miraculous discovery. So next time you're digging through an old jar of change, pay close attention. That dusty penny could be a national treasure. That 1954 D Lincoln cent you thought was worthless might be a once-in-a-lifetime find. History, value, mystery, and money, all packed into one tiny coin. Let me ask you, have you checked your pennies lately? Could you be sitting on a hidden fortune? If you found this story fascinating, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a single episode. We've got more stories about rare coins, hidden treasures, and million-dollar finds coming up, and you do not want to miss them. Drop a comment below if you've ever come across a 1954 D Lincoln cent or any rare penny in your collection. We'd love to hear your story. And if you've got questions about grading, values, or where to sell your coins, ask away. We're here to help. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep collecting, keep searching, and keep believing, because the next $1 million coin could be in your pocket right now. Today, we're diving deep into the heart of American coinage to uncover the stunning secrets of one of the most iconic coins ever minted, the 1958 Lincoln 1-cent penny. At first glance, it might seem like just another old penny sitting quietly in a drawer, but what if I told you that some versions of this coin could be worth up to $4 million? Yes, you heard that right. A single copper penny, from the year 1958, is not just spare change anymore. In the world of numismatics, where rarity meets obsession, the 1958 Lincoln cent has carved out a legendary reputation. Whether you're a collector, a curious beginner, or someone who just stumbled across an old penny in your pocket change, this is the video you don't want to miss. So, buckle up, because we're about to explore the deep history, eye-popping values, and record-breaking sales of this humble yet extraordinary coin. And somewhere along this journey, you might just realize that the next $1 million treasure could be lying unnoticed in your very own collection. Let's rewind to the early 20th century. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909, designed by Victor David Brenner, to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was a groundbreaking design at the time, the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. This penny quickly became one of the most beloved coins in American history, and it continued to evolve over the decades. Fast forward to the year 1958, and we arrive at one of the final years of an era, the last year the Lincoln cent featured wheat ears on the reverse side, a classic design element that had symbolized American prosperity since its inception. The 1958 Lincoln wheat cent marked the end of an era, closing the chapter on a design that had graced coins for nearly 50 years. Starting in 1959, the wheat ears were replaced with the Lincoln Memorial design, a move to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. That alone makes the 1958 penny historically significant, but there's far more to the story. The 1958 Lincoln cent features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, facing right, with the word "Liberty" to his left and the date 1958 to the right. Just above Lincoln's head is the motto, "In God We Trust." On the reverse, you'll find the legendary wheat stalks on either side, framing the words, 1 cent, and United States of America. Just above that, in proud capital letters, is the motto E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one. Most 1958 pennies were struck in Philadelphia and Denver, indicated by the D mint mark for Denver or no mint mark for Philadelphia. Now, here's the part where things get exciting. Among the millions of 1958 Lincoln cents struck, a tiny handful, and we mean only a few known to exist, feature a jaw-dropping error that turns this common coin into a multi-million-dollar treasure that we're talking about. The 1958 double die obverse Lincoln cent. This rare minting error occurred when the die used to strike the obverse, front, of the coin was accidentally stamped twice, but misaligned just enough to create a doubling effect on the letters and numbers. If you take a magnifying glass and look closely at the word liberty, or the phrase, in God we trust, and even the date, 1958, you'll see a noticeable doubling. Only 3 verified examples of the 1958 double die obverse cent are known to exist in the world today, making it one of the rarest U.S. coins ever discovered. In the world of coin collecting, this rarity has driven auction prices to incredible heights. One of these 3 legendary coins was sold for a record-breaking price of $4 million in a private collector's auction. Yes, 1 cent turned into $4 million. That's the kind of story that turns heads and makes coin collectors dream big. Now, you may be asking, what if I have a regular 1958 penny, not the rare double die version? Don't worry, even the non-error coins can carry decent value, especially in uncirculated condition. A 1958 Lincoln cent from Philadelphia in average circulated condition is typically worth 2 to 5 cents, mostly for its copper content and collectability. However, if you have a mint state 1958 penny, especially one that's been graded by PCGS or NGC at MS 65 red or higher, it could fetch $20 to $50. Or even more if it's particularly well struck with full red luster. A 1958 D penny in brilliant uncirculated condition can range from $10 to $100, depending on grade and demand. Coins with original mint luster, no scratches, and sharp details are always in high demand by collectors looking to complete their Lincoln sets, and here's a tip: collectors love full red Lincoln cents. Over time, copper coins tone and turn brown, so a penny that still has its bright, fiery red color from the minting press can dramatically increase in value. The demand for Lincoln cents has remained consistently strong over the decades, especially for key dates, rare varieties, and error coins. With the rise of online marketplaces, coin shows, and social media coin communities, it's never been easier to buy, sell, or trade these historic coins. Investors and collectors alike are actively seeking high-grade Lincoln wheat cents, and the 1958 penny, especially with its historical significance as the last of the wheat reverse design, is often seen as a must-have in complete collections. And then there are the dreamers, those always hoping to find that once-in-a-lifetime treasure in a jar of old pennies. The existence of a $4 million 1958 double die penny keeps that dream alive. So how do you know if your 1958 penny might be the ultra-rare double die variety? Step 1. Grab a magnifying glass or coin loupe. Look closely at the date, 1958, and the words, Liberty, and, In God We Trust. If you see clear doubling, not a shadow or blur, but real separation in the letters, you may have a candidate. Step 2. If you think you might have a rare variety, do not clean it. Cleaning a coin destroys its value. Step 3. Submit it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll verify the coin and assign a grade, which is crucial for determining value. The story of the 1958 Lincoln penny is more than just a tale about money, it's about history, rarity, design, and the thrill of discovery. It's a reminder that even the smallest, most overlooked objects in our lives can hold massive value, from humble beginnings as a tribute to Abraham Lincoln, to the incredible $4 million auction sale of a rare double die error. The 1958 penny has secured its place as one of the most legendary coins in U.S. history. So, check your change, dig through your old jars, and revisit those coin albums. Because who knows, your next big discovery could be just one copper coin away. And remember, in the world of coin collecting, the journey is just as thrilling as the jackpot. If you enjoyed this video and want more deep dives into rare coins, valuable errors, and numismatic treasures, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a chance to discover the next $1 million coin. drop a comment below if you've got a 1958 penny in your collection. You might just be sitting on a fortune. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting.